she's super good, and I think she's got a great mentality, and there's so much I can learn from her. So really excited to be doing that, and in a different setting. I think it will be very fun, and I think with the Filipino community and of course the amazing fans that she has, I think it will be a great atmosphere. It's impossible to win every single game all the time. I think I had really good momentum, or once I found my groove in those matches, specific matches last week, it just happened to unfold like that. And I think maybe the more time I spent on court, the better I felt the ball. And I think throughout the week, I think I ended up playing better than I started. So yeah, I just try my best to kind of be in that mode of competition as long as possible.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started.
It's going to be a full house tomorrow, so I'm really very excited to see and experience the atmosphere. It's nice to see, that the Filipino community is really showing up, and they're enjoying tennis, and hopefully it will help grow the sport as well, and in the end give them a new experience and a joyful experience. I know how to compete, and it's not always going to be good days. There's definitely going to be bad days, but that's one thing I can be a professional in, and I take pride in that. There's so many things that I want to work on. There's so many things that I focus on in terms of my progress as a player. So still a really long way for me to go, I think. I think I've improved as a player if you compare now to the beginning of the year. So I never really placed kind of hard set goals at the beginning of the year. I need to end the year at said ranking, or I need to win a tournament, or so and so. I don't really like to put a kind of a cap on what I'm able to do, but at the same time, I don't really like to kind of just put myself in a bubble either and obsess too much over that. I think my primary goal is to play good matches and at a good level. And I think the more I'm able to do that consistently, the more rewarding it is for me. And I guess this week and the past summer has been really good in terms of that.
Alex, every time you step on the court, there's always a chance of some sort of Filipino tennis history being made. Just kind of curious, throughout this whole process, have you kind of stayed level-headed and grounded?
I think, well, I mean, tennis is such a humbling sport, and at the end of the day, it's my job. So, learning to handle all of this, kind of extra things that come with my job has definitely been a process, and I enjoy a lot being in these sorts of environments.
Become a national heroine in the Philippines, and I think you were given a presidential commendation after Wimbledon. I was just wondering how much that pressure feels to you. I'm sure you're very proud, but is that an extra burden for you?
No, it's not an extra burden, and it's an honor for one, to represent my country, and I'm super grateful for all, I guess, the love and like you said, recognition that I'm getting, and in those specific moments when I'm living it, they do become quite overwhelming, especially when I'm experiencing things for the first time, but all in a positive light. And, when I step on court, I guess this is my, first or second year on tour, but I've been playing tennis basically my whole life. So if there's one thing I know how to do, it's, I know how to compete. And it's not always going to be good days. There's definitely going to be bad days, but that's one thing I can be a professional in, and I take pride in that.
Alex, it's been a really excellent summer for you. It feels like every time you step on the court, it's like a new milestone. Thanks to your run in Berlin, you were seated at a major for the first time at Wimbledon, where you made your first slam second weekend. Now, of course, this title, your first title in DC. I'm just curious, how has it all been for you achieving so much so soon within that time span? Like, have you had a moment to kind of stop and think about what you've accomplished, or is it just kind of on to the next, on to Toronto?
It's definitely a little bit of a mix. I think, of course, the Wimbledon run was so amazing for me and so emotional, and I did have, a break after that, so I was able to kind of reset and, obviously process that run, but also kind of just take a break from tennis because it was a long, European season. And of course, this recent milestone in DC, playing another match tomorrow. So all my attention is going to be on that. I'm slowly transitioning, but there's so many things that I want to work on. There's so many things that I focus on in terms of my progress as a player. So still a really long way for me to go, I think.